Post-harmonized projects have seen stellar performance since its introduction. Lentor Mansion 97% sold, Emerald of Katong 99% sold, Nava Grove 71% sold, Ori 86% sold. Will Elta perform likewise? Hi, I'm Boren from STL Properties, and today we will share with you our analysis of Elta using STL's framework. And if you stay till the end, you get to find out the 3 things we like and dislike about this project. We'll be using STL's framework to analyze this project, and if you need a recap of what it is, do click into our Parktown review for more details. Now let's start off with project attributes. Elta is located along Clementi Avenue 1 in between 2 existing projects, Clement Canopy and Clevon, with 2 towering blocks of 39 stories each. Land size of 1,444,788 square feet. It is slightly smaller than Clevon, slightly bigger than Clement Canopy. You get full facilities including a full lap pool, tennis court, 2 function rooms, and one thing I find quite interesting is the clubhouse, which they term the Elta Club, located at the 4th story together with the main pool, gym and BBQ areas. Very family-friendly estate with quite a decent space for a kids playground, water play pool and kids party room. No pets playground though for parents. Residential units are all elevated to maximize views. At lower levels, north facing, you'll see Nanhua High School, and once you clear the school on the mid-floor, you get a more open view. Though at the peripheral, you'll still see the HDB flats built quite high. Southern views are considered more premium here, as we can expect sea views at higher floors, and at mid-floor around level 20, you'll still get some pocket sea views. Downside though is the expressway noise, where you'll get for most newer projects at the Clementi area, such as Clevon, Clement Canopy, as well as Park Clematis, and even Whistler Grand. Some might wonder whether expressway-facing units are profitable. For this, we can use the example of Clevon. You'll see the units at stack 16 for 2+ study. Both high and lower floors made over 300k in profit, comparing with something on the non-expressway facing, stack 11, making 200+k. Mid-floor still made over 300k and higher floors trying to cross the 300k mark. This is partially because developers don't price every stack uniformly, but this will require professional and expert advice to navigate what kind of premium is worth paying for and what isn't, which we have done for many of our clients. Of course, there are also other factors such as when they sold it, before or after TOP, etc., which could affect profitability. Please message us at the below links if you'd like a more in-depth discussion on this. Okay, we have a total of 501 units within 2 blocks, 80% or 401 car park lots. TOP expected March 2029, so about a 4-year waiting time. 1+ study all the way to 5-bedroom units, with 1 and 2 bedders consisting only 43% of the units and the rest belonging to the larger unit type. For Clementi, with a good own stay population, we feel the developer has planned the unit mix quite well for its own stay demand. Just for comparison, Clevon had 55% 1 and 2 bedroom units, only 141 3-bedders, 107 4-bedders, and 36 5-bedders. Okay, now we are going to talk about some hard truths. The developer bid for Elta at 1,250 PSF per plot ratio, and note this is an OCR plot with 6 bidders, which shows its popularity, and this site was bid 4% higher than the second bidder, showing its competitiveness. This is easily the highest land price paid for a GLS site in the OCR, considering it being a post-harmonized site where developers' profits margins should be slightly lower. Now this comes quite timely as the developer MCL bid for another plot, Nava Grove, at an RCR location at a lower price point of 1,223 PSF per plot ratio, albeit with different JV partners. At Jan 2025, Nava Grove has since sold 71% of their unit, leaving the developers able to strategically price Elta in a way to not cannibalize the sales of Nava Grove and vice versa. So the question is whether Elta will be a good value in today's market, or are there better options? First, while being $27 PSF higher than Nava Nava Grove, we noticed some differences in the land size and height of building. 25,039 square meters for Nava Grove compared to 13,451 square meters for Elta, almost half the size, and 24 levels for Nava versus Elta's 40 stories in total. This allows developers to have a better margin by building higher on a smaller plot, loading up their premium on higher floors, and perhaps have their loss leaders at lower levels. Based on the smaller site, they also have less of a need to create extensive landscaping within the development or provide a vast array of facilities, though Elta still does have the full range of facilities. Additionally, Elta's car park is primarily a multi-story car park. Though they have a level of basement car park, it does seem they might not have needed that extensively compared to full basement car park type projects like Nava Grove, hence able to save on construction costs. Being located in the OCR, the developer also has less of a need to provide premium finishes and furnishings as compared to if you're in the CCR or RCR where such quality may be expected. For example, instead of tiled flooring at the living room and corridors, the floors are laid with vinyl. But other than that, the countertops being fitted with sintered stone is really a nice touch. So if you like what we're sharing so far, please do like and subscribe to this channel so that we are encouraged to do more content for you guys. In terms of location attributes, while Clementi is within school zones where primary schools are concerned, Elta should be within 1 km from Peitong and likely Clementi Primary. For parents who are looking and need the address for Nanhua or Henry Park, we may need to explore other options. The education roadmap continues to secondary or pre-tertiary schools with Nanhua High School, NUS High School, and down to Dover with Fairfield, ACSI, ACJC, Singapore Polytechnic. For international schools apart from UWC, there's also Dover Court International, International Community School, the Japanese School, and Waseda Shibuya Senior High School. Yes, we have NUS just beside with the U-Town and of course Masters and PhD programs. The walk to Clementi MRT and Clementi Mall is a good 12 to 15 minutes, and at Clementi Central, apart from 2 malls, there's also a hawker center, market, and lots of retail shops. Alternatively, one could also head to West Coast Plaza or West Coast Market, a similar distance away. The nearest supermarket is just 200 meters away with just Sheng Siong at HDB Block 420A, and there are also eateries and other retail shops at this estate for your immediate needs. Clementi Stadium or Clementi Sports Hall are just a 10-minute away, and the stadium will be revamped by 2030 to include softball and baseball fields. Now let's talk about layout. We note that they are getting quite similar and efficient across most new projects. With the new harmonization rulings, some have commented rooms actually look bigger now and units feel a bit more spacious because they cut out wasted space like curtain walls, so it's a move in the right direction. Let's pull out the 1-bedder. Study decently sized, open kitchen, master fits a king with 2 side tables, 2-bed 1-bath, tucked away kitchen, very thoughtful Jack and Jill for master bath where you can enter from either doors. Bedroom sizes feel very livable for a couple, a family with 1 kid perhaps, or even singles. Note that all 2-bedders are dumbbell layouts which are more efficient anyway. 2-bed plus study, 807 square feet, tucked away kitchen, study area very sizable, can also be used as a storage room or helper's room. Actually, this size is quite comfortable even for small families, because if you think about it, if you add about 4 square meters of aircon ledge, that's about 850 square feet, which is just slightly smaller than some 883 square feet 3-bedroom compact units in previous launches. For 926 square feet 3 bedrooms, you get a place to put a shoe bench or cabinet, tucked away kitchen with windows, hence gas stove, 6-seater dining area, and possibly bigger if you shift it to your balcony. One of the common rooms have an option of ensuite, and the master is spacious enough. I like the 1023 square feet 3+ study, where one of the rooms are on the other side of the unit, which can be a junior master for your grown-up kid who needs a bit more privacy, or even your parents. This layout comes with an additional WC and study, which is really efficient as you have the flexibility to use it as a storage area, helper's room, or study. There may be some objections to not having windows in 2 of the bathrooms, if you're not used to mechanical ventilation. For 3-bedroom premium onwards, you'll get the Wells water purifier and Steigen rack in the yard. That's included in your unit as well. The 4-bedder is really efficient at 1184 square feet, including a store and an additional WC. They even managed to fit in a dry kitchen. For something a bit more luxurious, you can top up to the 1313 square feet and you'll get an additional bath with a proper junior master. Similar to the 1184 square feet, one of the baths won't have windows, so just take note of that. For the sake of time, I will skip the 4 and 5 bedroom layouts as they are pretty similar to a lot of layouts in the market, pretty efficient. What I'd like to point out though is the 5 bedroom has ensuite baths at all rooms, even a powder area, and one utility plus bomb shelter for extra storage space and helpers area. For surrounding supply analysis, we mapped out 6 projects still within a 15-minute walking distance to Clementi Central, as Elta would be the last project that's still within Clementi Central. The next nearest upcoming plot within the vicinity would be Faber Walk, not really within walking distance to Clementi Central. Plot ratio much lower, so they'll likely do a 5-story building, hence would not form a close comparison with Elta. Based on our exit score calculations, we identify a significant opportunity towards the 3 and 4 beta units at Elta, based on the supply in the area, dividing it by their profitability, where the lower the score is, the better the score. The projects we used were Clevon, Clement Canopy, Park Clematis, the Park Condominium, Regent Park and Trilink, and profitabilities are strong. We see 3 betas have an average annual profitability of 5.79%, 4 betas at 6.43%, and 5 betas at 8%. We zoom into the 3 and 4 betas here as their supply in the area is also low, with 2.5 and 2.8% respectively, compared with the 1 and 2 betas at 11 and 7.64% respectively. So what does that translate to? If I'm looking at a 1 or 2 bedroom resale unit today in the Clementi area, I'll be much likelier to get a unit I want. Perhaps negotiate the price down a little more, since I'll get more options due to more units selling. However, if I'm looking at a resale 3 or 4 beta there, I'll be a little more worried, as there might be a lack of suitable units available, and if there were, they are likely to ask for above market value, less room for negotiation due to the lack of supply of these unit types. This is also in line with the fact that Clementi tends to be dominated by own-stay buyers. Now we might ask, where is this source of demand coming from? A huge driver of demand are the HDB upgraders. Clementi, being in the OCR, has a year-on-year increase in million-dollar flat transactions. Future BTOs within Clementi will have 10-year MOP and stricter limitations, which may lead some buyers to go straight into the private market or the HDB resale market. This may benefit smaller units with reasonable quantums, especially couples on their first property, or singles with incomes above HDB income ceiling, deciding between older flats or private condos. There's also a huge influx of new BTOs coming from Jurong, Tengah, Choa Chu Kang, for example. Clementi is a sweet spot for an upgrade, as prices are still reasonable and closer to school zones or central areas for those in the workforce. Don't forget, Clementi will also be an interchange for the Cross Island line. To put it into perspective, it will just be 6 stops to Ang Mo Kio when this line opens up, and 12 stops to Pasir Ris. Based on an estimated price of 2,500 PSF at Elta, which we hope will get us at least a low floor unit, we'll be looking at 1.265 million for Elta's 1 bedroom plus study, which would be 21% above the average transacted quantums in the area at 1.002 million, and 28% higher than the average PSF in the area. I'll highlight 2 bed 2 baths, where we'll still be 20% higher than the average quantum, but 2% lower than the highest quantum transacted in the area. 2 bed 2 bath plus study would present an even higher quantum gap at 30%, as Elta's 2 bed plus study is considered quite huge in today's market at 807 square feet post harmonization. While 2 bed 1 bath has a low gap score of 8%, which presents an opportunity, we note that the demand for 2 bed 1 bath might be lower in the market. However, if one is still limited by budget and don't require larger space, this might still be a consideration. The 3 beta compact and 4 beta stand out immediately, just looking at their lower gap score. The 3 compact has just a 12% premium to the average, and in fact 7% cheaper than the highest transacted 3 betas in the area. The 4 beta 1184 square feet is a clear winner, with hardly any premium to pay for something brand new compared to surrounding 4 betas in the neighborhood, and even 16% cheaper than the highest transacted 4 betas. Similarly, its PSF would be just 10% higher than the highest transacted. Considering its post-harmonized size, this will mean it's just around 5% higher. The 4 bed premium 1313 square feet also presents an opportunity of being 5% cheaper than the highest transacted 4-bedders in the region and just 10% higher than the average. And supply of 5-bedders are actually really low, just 182 units in the whole region. While profitability tends to be higher, affordability might be a concern here as we would be hitting the 4.4 million mark if priced at 2,500 PSF. This presents around a 1 million difference for something brand new. So if we were to make a profit and sell it off above 5 million, we might be treading close to the landed properties at the West Coast area where buyers may compare with. Finally, I've come to the 3 things we like and don't like about Elta. 3 things we like about Elta. Number 1, high profitability area due to strong demand and lack of supply, as well as strong rental demand. Even those condos that are not near the MRT, such as Twinview, Park Rivera and Whistler Grand, have all been super profitable. Number 2, functionality and efficiency of layouts, offering a generous living space without compromising. Number 3, presence of reputable schools in the school belt from primary all the way to tertiary education, cementing the view that a home in Clementi is a need rather than a want. Okay, now 3 things we don't really like about Elta. Number 1, finishes and furnishings. We feel that they could tile the living room and corridor floors rather than having it vinyl, and some things such as the ledge in the shower area could be a little bit more premium. Well, though if they could keep the price a bit lower, then we can live with this. Number 2 would be the distance to MRT station. Well, the walk is honestly quite a distance, and although there's a shuttle bus, the traffic towards Clementi Central can get quite heavy during peak hours. However, this hasn't affected the profitability in the recent TOP Clevon, which also launched at a slight premium compared to the other OCR projects back then. So perhaps bus connectivity might be quite a norm for this part of Clementi. Finally, would be noise from the expressway, which the larger units are facing. We really need to get a high floor unit for the expressway noise to really dissipate away and enjoy the sea views, which may then be more expensive since we are high-rise like Ori, and north-facing views at lower levels would not have that much of a view as they are looking towards a school. If you're looking for purely investment, it's important to take note of your entry pricing. However, if you're looking at purely own stay and you prioritize location and views, then go for it. Thanks for staying till the end of the video. If you like our analysis, please like this video and subscribe to our channel to encourage us to do up more content for you. If you'd like us to cover on how Elta or other projects fit into your property plan, just WhatsApp us at the links below to reach out. If you would like a copy of our data, please fill up the Google Forms below. This is Boren from STL Properties. Thank you and Happy Lunar New Year to all.